then every time I get an order, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that order directly to the customer. Sorry about that, YouTube. I was mid-question on TikTok Live. What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. Got the TikTok chat here as always, and we are rocking and rolling. But yes, you can ship the products directly to Amazon. The beauty of how I do Amazon FBA private label is I don't have to touch the bulk order of the inventory. No, brother, I don't. My guy, what's good? What up, Chris? Can I start with, is that 1,000 or 10,000? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. 10,000. Yes, that's more than enough to start. 1,000. It is not enough. Oh, 1K. Okay, just kidding. 1K is not enough to get started in the private label business model. And no, $40 is also not enough to get started in the private label business model, unfortunately. What's good, Chris? In the YT chat. When it's time to get my images done, should I also look for someone to do my A+ content? Yes, Mr. Amazon FBA. Let me see if I can drop this in the YT chat. I think I can. I'm going to drop something in the YT chat for you. If you wanted my team who creates my product listings to create your product listing, I would go check out that. How much is enough? I would say minimum 3K USD to get started with the private label business model. I have videos on how much it costs to get started where I break all of the costs associated down. We can break them down on this live as well if y'all want. Jijit, thank you so much for the follow on the TikTok live. Appreciate you. A new leash, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate both of y'all and everybody in the live. 3K, how much is the cost of the product? That's going to vary. So the last product that we just ordered, it was $1,900 for our cost of goods between 200 units. Comes out to like $940 something a unit. If you have cost of goods that are more than $9, it would be more than that. If your cost of goods is less than $9, then it would be less than that. How much to start with wholesale? I actually do private label, my favorite, and in my opinion, the best business model on Amazon, but it's the same thing, about 3 to 6K there. DXB, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. How do you find the best products to buy and sell? I use Helium 10, the black box method, or the Amazon search method. If we get to, because we didn't quite get to the like goal yesterday, if we get to 3K likes and 20 shares on today's live, I will do live product research for everybody. Show you guys how I look for products, how I analyze them. Can you explain what we are selling? All different types of products. It's not just one given product that you should sell. It could be a vast array of products that meet a strict product criteria that I use. I can sell jewelry on Amazon. You can. Yes, you can. Baby, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. What's your PPC strategy? How do you keep results constant? I have some videos on this, brother, as well as the most in-depth guide on PPC ads out there. You guys can go watch my second to last TikTok video to learn a little bit more about that. That being said, I start with conservative bids, conservative budgets. I'll do no more than 3 to 5 keywords per campaign. I'm keyword testing about, I'm testing 3 to 5 keywords per campaign, and I'm segmenting those by match type, broad, phrase, and exact. 1 ad group per campaign, 1 product per campaign, right? And I'm going to test those. Again, keyword test, because you don't know how your product's going to convert. You're not going to just go have these crazy budgets, crazy cost per clicks just to have a poor conversion and then pay more money on Amazon ads than you're making. How do I keep results constant? By making sure that my listing is always optimized, by always pushing for reviews, by having those initial reviews before I launch PPC, and also by optimizing my organic rank. explain exactly what private label is, please. It's where you take white label or generic products like this from a manufacturer. You find ways to stand out, differentiate them from the competition, and you put your own brand and logo on them like that and sell them as your own. Do you have to be a really computer expert? No, not even a little bit. I type with 2 fingers. You don't have to be a computer whiz. Star, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Do we have to have a minimum number of inventory to start? What are some things to keep in mind? Well, what are some things to keep in mind is a little bit broad. If you had specific things that you had questions about, feel free to ask, because there's lots of things to keep in mind, but about what? And then in terms of how much inventory, you can technically start with any amount, but my recommendation is minimum 100 units. I start with anywhere from 100 to 300 units on a test run order of a product. Also, y'all, before we continue with the questions, I posted some gem videos on the TikTok page today. Last video, how one pays for all of my bills. Second to last video, going over a student win and going over the most in-depth guide on Amazon PPC ads. And third to last video I posted today is how I would improve that product listing if it was mine. Hopefully it gives you guys some context on how to improve your own product listings on Amazon. How can I find a good product? You need to get a product research software, Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. You need a product criteria, preferably one that's good like mine. And then you got to start doing product research. I have videos on that. Or if we get to 3K likes and 30 shares, we will do live product research on today's live. Do you need an LLC? No, you can start as a sole proprietor. Iman, thank you for sharing the live. What are your margins with private label on average? 35% on average. The account that you see right here, 40%. David, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. And everybody in the live vibing, asking questions, listening to me rant about Amazon. What do I do if my shipment came into Amazon warehouse, but my shipping says it's not in transit? I did not have tracking IDs. What do you mean your shipping says it's not in transit? Like on your shipment tab on Amazon? Also, I heard Amazon private label is not the best for beginners. It's harder, yeah or no? No, you heard that from somebody who likely does arbitrage and wholesale. Most people who do arbitrage and wholesale and make videos about it on the internet are going to tell you about I'm going to tell you guys all the pitch. Ready? Everyone who's been in the lives has heard this. Arbitrage or wholesale is the best business model because you can sell products that already have demand, brand names that people already recognize. You don't have to create your own brand name. You don't have to advertise like private label, and the traffic's already there. You don't have to create a listing, yada, yada, yada. It's the same pitch. Insert wholesaler arbitrage person here. Let's talk about the fundamentals of the business model. And when we talk about the fundamentals, I think private label wins 10 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10. It doesn't make wholesaler arbitrage bad. People clearly win with them and people clearly make money with them. So it's not like, oh, this doesn't work. But private label, even with advertising, has higher margins. With private label, it's more evergreen. You're not constantly looking for new products. When you find a winning product, you can start to scale that product. I know people who have, including myself, who have sold private label products year over year, had growth year over year, won the buy box year over year, and had growth on that brand year over year. You can't say the same for arbitrage sellers. Maybe their account as a whole has seen growth year over year, but you're not going to have an arbitrage seller who wins the buy box day in, day out, year over year, week over week, and who's seeing growth on that product consistently year over year for years to come. You're constantly in the cycle, constantly losing the buy box, constantly getting the buy box back, constantly repricing, constantly sourcing. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's pretty much a job. Or the flex. I have this 10,000 square foot warehouse. Son, that's a liability. That's monthly rent. This is my office. You guys see my office to operate 7-figure Amazon businesses right here. This is it. The laptop that my phone is sitting on right here that's shaking now. That's what I use. No printers, no packs of inventory next to me. I don't have to, if I didn't want to, I don't have to leave my house. Or, like I do like to do, I can travel the world and still operate my Amazon business. No employees, none of that nonsense. I already made an account, just need to list my product. Nice. What do I do? I answered that. ACOS went down 84%. That's awesome. Let's go. Drashim, I hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. What did you do to get your ACOS down? Abduli? So you have 3 ad groups in a campaign? Nope. See, you missed the part. 1 ad group per campaign. Segment, broad phrase, and exact in their own campaigns with the same keywords that you're testing. I have a YT video, a YouTube video on this. It starts with 5K. What is the profit that will be within 12 months? I can't answer that question, and neither can any single person on the internet. AI can't even answer that question for you. Go ask that question in AI, the smartest search engine in the world. It can't answer that question for you. There's too many factors that play into this. What's your profit margin? How well does your product convert? How much are you scaling over those 12 months? Did you inject more capital into the business? What are your monthly sales? So there's too many factors for anybody to definitively say that. Anybody who is definitively giving you that answer is lying, just straight up. Hello, can you have a brand but sell on Amazon with someone else's brand like Sour Patch Kids? I wouldn't do mix arbitrage and private label or arbitrage and wholesale. Technically you can, but I wouldn't. Doing wholesale right now, but do you think I should try private label or just scale up? It depends. If wholesale is working for you, then, just keep pouring more fuel in the fire. I can see how wholesale can be exhausting because, as I'm sure you've seen Subway, it's that constant sourcing for new products, as I was just mentioning. If you're trying to get away from that and going to something more evergreen, a little bit more sustainable, and create a brand that you own, then I think private label would be awesome. If you are happy to play the game that you're currently playing, then that's awesome. Continue to scale wholesale. Where does your tracking, or where does your manufacturer say it is? How do you know where the product is, Leo? What's the best advice for someone with their own brand and logo under LLC? Stick to the fundamentals. It's a boring piece of advice, but it's the advice that's going to get you the furthest. Unless you needed more specific advice, but you said someone with their own brand. That's broad. Stick to the fundamentals. Good product research, good listing, good marketing, getting reviews, good listing, optimizing. What business model are you doing? I'm doing private label. Love, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Abduli, I was saying, what did you do to get your ACOS down 82%? That's awesome. Unless you're saying it went up, but you said down, so I'm assuming that's down in a good way. I just completed my first shipping to Amazon. My listing is live, but I don't know, will it sell? The only way to find out is go through the process. Congratulations, Jazz. That's absolutely amazing. You're in it. You're on the journey. You're on the path. Push for those reviews, and make sure that your listing's optimized. Once you've done that, then you want to start running Amazon PPC ads. Where do you buy your items, Alibaba? Yeah, majority from Alibaba. Do you use a prep center? Nope. No need to for what I do. That's another thing to add to the private label benefits. I don't need to search for prep centers or do all these things. My manufacturer and Amazon do all of the work. I don't touch the product. I touch the sample. That's it. If it wasn't for having to check the quality, I wouldn't touch the product, which then it would be drop shipping, and I don't want to do that. Lower margin, competitively, slightly higher than average price. Nice, as long as you still have those margins. Number one, Adrian, I'll give you $100 if you find a video where Kev said I was a little scammy. I know Kev personally, unlike all of you fanboys, and I know he wouldn't say that, number one. Number two, he did not train me when we both started selling on Amazon at the same time, and we both went to the same high school as each other. I've told this story quite a few times. Again, find the comment or video where he says I'm a little scammy. That's my dog. I know he wouldn't say that. So again, you internet fanboys love to talk. That being said, we started at the same time, Amazon, generally around the same time. And we had a mutual friend. We went to the same high school. We had similar friend groups and stuff, but we never were boys like that. One of our mutual friends actually ended up connecting us. He was like, hey, one of my buddies sells on Amazon. He sees that you're hustling, because I was very public about my first brand. It was really popping in my hometown. Everybody knew that I was hustling. So he's like, hey, we got to have you and Kevin sit down. Boom, boom, boom. So we met up in Newport Beach. We had a talk, sat down for about an hour. We're going over some Amazon things. And then from there, we just built a friendship. So if you consider that training me, okay? He's always shown me love. Love that dude. And also my cousins were the ones who mentored me, taught me every single thing that I know. But like I said, the internet fanboys will say what they say. In fact, I could screenshot that, send a text to Kevin after this live, and we'd have a good laugh about it, Adrian. So good job. Astrid, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. My dog, what up, Jeff? Good to see you, my boy. Test order margins not as good because of the bogus FBA fees, but reorder will be up above 30%. That's all that matters. You're getting that proof of concept on your first order, Abduli. So I don't think that that is a bad thing by any means. Also, notice how the fanboy can make a comment like that but can't back up the evidence. Anyways, you can't believe everything that you see on the internet. Most people, actually, I don't know if I can say this on TikTok Live. I'll just keep it at that. Potential profit margin 40%. That is amazing. Yeah, like I said, you're trying to get that proof of concept on your very first order. I'm just now realizing I'm on my other account. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's your other account? Thoughts on launching product, 31% profit margin, 18 profit per unit, highest CPC is 169. I don't really love that, especially if that's Helium 10 saying that. Oh, L, what's good? Let's go. Okay, I got you. Yeah, L, that was also confusing through the messenger and then WhatsApp. I low-key thought it was two different people for a second, and then you were like, yeah, you told me that on WhatsApp. I was like, wait, what? I was confused, and then I figured it out. Would you work a 9 to 5? I'm hiring. Nice, bro. I'll put in my resume when I get off live. No, I'm just playing. No, I've talked about this before. I would, God forbid, if the business went to zero, for example, I would do anything and everything to not ever work a 9 to 5. I would sell everything around my house before I ever had to do that, and then use that capital to go start a business. The 9 to 5 life was never for me. I was never destined to be a 9 to 5er. Cheryl, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Yo, me and the boy Jaff were just talking about this the other day, bro. And I don't want to expose what Jaff said. Yet he's gonna post a video about it, and then I'll comment on that video. But bro, social media is fake. I honestly would be more vocal about it if I didn't want to like step on certain people's toes or anything like that. Social media is fake. I don't mean, and what I mean is the things you see aren't fake. Like, how people are like, oh, that's rented, or you just leased that car, blah, 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 blah. Like, no. The things you see are real, but it's all this weird facade. And like me and Jeff were talking about that because him and I, as you guys saw in the video, we were celebrating him selling his company. That's another thing. Like social media, if this was a certain group, not our group, after Jeff sold his company, they would be at Nobu and showing the check for the bill and this and that and like showing this extravagant life. It's like, bro, we wanted some shawarma. So we went to the shawarma spot. Boom, done deal, right? It's not this fake social media facade. And then him and I were talking about like this thing where it's like, oh no, you got to get the car for networking and this and that and this. It's like I get into the same rooms as all the people with the supercars and I drive a car that isn't a supercar. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird, social media is a weird game. I would, again, put it more on blast, but I'll just stay in my lane. No, it's not helium. It's Amazon. My highest bid on a keyword is 169. What's the main keyword? Is that the 169 one, SK? How much did you start with for FBA? 4,900 USD. Oh, by the way, they improved the image before, so no revisions. 4 to free. That sucks. They said they'll quote me on a price depending on my revisions. Whatever quote they give you, bro, hit me up directly, and maybe we'll see if we can work something out with the team. Because I think my team can do good for that. Aren't you dealing with inventory as private label, same as wholesale? What do you mean? Everybody deals with inventory if you sell products. So yes, I deal with inventory, but I don't touch the inventory. It goes directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers. Amazon stores the inventory. Amazon preps the inventory in terms of like picks it off the shelf, gets it ready in the package, and then ships it off to the customer. My manufacturer does the labeling and all of that. So yes, I do handle inventory, but it's very hands-off. No, that's not even the main keyword. I don't think that's bad then. If your main keyword's not over 150, I think that's solid. Alternative way for what? It's broad. But y'all, make sure that you drop your questions, any questions that you have about selling on Amazon down below. And remember, if we get to 3K likes and 30 shares, I will do live Amazon product research today. And if we get to 5K likes on top of that, I'll show live Amazon sales for the day. So we'll do some live product research and all of that. I already see user 23 is in here. So y'all shout out to him. Y'all already say thank you to him in the chat because he's going to get y'all the share goal right now. Good to see you, my friend. Is Amazon PPC forecast accurate? Because it's saying I can get to 30 to 60 clicks with a good amount of sales. No, because Amazon doesn't know what your conversion is. One account is deactivated. How can I start again? Why is your account deactivated? Technically, it's against Amazon's terms of service to have multiple seller accounts. So your best bet is to try to get that original account back. Let's go. I want to do private label. Let's go. But why was that original account deactivated is the question, Bill. I don't like the lighting on TikTok. The YouTube lighting looks good right now. Yeah, I bought a good knife set and I'm trying to sell and PPC taking too much money. Sonu, the famous question, how many reviews do you have? Everybody notice how every time somebody says something like this, and it's okay that we all start somewhere, we all got to build. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. How many? I want to know the number. But do you notice why it's the same question every single time? There's a method behind the madness. I'm telling you, when I tell people like stick to the fundamentals, okay, you're actually not in the worst position from where I thought. 13 reviews. So props to you, Sonu, because you've done more than 50+% of people who come in asking that question. I'd say 90% of people who come in asking that question. I would still try to push for more reviews because 13 is a low number. The more reviews you get, the better. And you need to track your Amazon PPC metrics. So let's say you have a keyword that has 50 clicks. How many sales did you get from those 50 clicks? Was it 5? Was it 2? And then you need to track your conversion rate. If your conversion rate is low, then that's going to be a clear indicator, because we want to base everything not on guessing, but on data. So that's going to be a clear indicator that people are clicking your ad, which is a good thing. Check, Amazon PPC did its job, but they're not selling. So uncheck, your listing did not do its job. What influences conversion the most on a listing? If I had to rank it, I would say reviews, images, title, A+ content, and then bullet points. So you want to make sure that you're optimizing there. If you have weak images, if the customer doesn't know every single aspect about your product just by looking at your infographics, then just from that, if the answer was no, then you know that's okay. That's something I can improve. Go look at the top sellers in your market. Go see what they're doing with their main image, with their infographics. Don't necessarily copy them, but take ideas from them, because they're obviously selling well for a reason, and make yours better. Improve upon that. It's always about optimizing, essentially not reinventing the wheel, but optimizing what already exists. I was doing wholesale but messed up. In what way? But yeah, technically I would try to get that account back. Technically you can't have 2 seller accounts. Hypothetically, if you were, nothing could link with that old account. Does offering discounts for Prime users or coupons or percentage off increase sales? It can. Sorry, you were freezing. I didn't hear you. I would try to get that original account back, Bill. Technically, you can't have 2 seller accounts, but hypothetically, if you were going to have 2 seller accounts, you would want to make sure that nothing linked to the old account. Literally nothing. I appreciate it, brother. I work hard now. I believe it. Keep getting it. It's not always going to come just like that when you launch. And don't feel discouraged when that's not the case. It happens for a lot of my product launches where we're at a break even, or we have to optimize things and go from there. Are you going to the Prosper Show? I am not. Also, using an email review automation after getting customers to get product any good? Yes. Helium 10 or Jungle Scout SK. I would recommend those. That's going to be ideal. Remember, the more reviews, the better. The more reviews, the better. I will never stop getting reviews on a product, because the more reviews, the better. Simple as that. Should we do some live product research? I think we should. Thank y'all for 4K likes and 73 shares. Any tips when starting my drop shipping business? I don't do drop shipping, but just make sure that you have a good landing page and a good funnel, and then also make sure that you have good product offer. And you got to keep testing those ads and creatives. Should we go to Amazon shows like Accelerate? Yeah, I think it's really beneficial. I went to a lot of them in my early years. I've been a little bit absent from them in my later years of selling, but I went to quite a few, and they helped a lot. 10 to 15 reviews after launch and then running PPC. Any good? Yes, that's great. Helium 10 or Jungle Scout, it's personal preference, whatever you want. They're both good. Ria, thank you for sharing the live. What's a good initial investment to start? 3K USD. Can they review the product without purchasing? You don't want unverified reviews. You want verified reviews. So how can I start again? I mean, like I said, hypothetically, if you were creating a new account, you wouldn't want anything to be linked with that old account. Also, out of curiosity, do you have any pets like dogs? I don't have a dog at my place, but I have like my high school dog. I guess it's my mom's dog at my childhood home. Bro, are you transmitting on YT? Yes, sir, Eddie. I am also live on YT right now. I go live on both. The cool thing, obviously I'm primarily, like the audience is primarily on TikTok, but the cool thing is that the lives are always recorded and posted as replays on YouTube. So you guys can always go back and rewatch the lives. that I've done for the last 2 months or so. Is 2K okay enough for wholesale? Nah, wholesale, same thing as private label, 3 to 6K for a launch. Okay, let's do some live product research, shall we? Let's turn my phone on turn in the phone on do not disturb there. What's the number one mistake people make when starting? Not doing proper product research, number one. And then number two, not optimizing properly after launching, thinking that, oh, I launched a product on Amazon, show me the money. If only it was easy as that. Just let's grasp that concept really quick. If it was as easy as just launching a product on Amazon, don't you think everybody would be an Amazon millionaire? But everybody's not an Amazon millionaire because it's harder to become that. And it takes effort, it takes work, it takes optimizations, it takes resilience. So that's the number one mistake. I blame the internet for that. I love the internet. I make my content on the internet, of course. But I think a lot of content creators make it sound too easy. Like I said, the internet is a sham. It's truly fake. I'm telling you, stay tuned for when stay tuned for when I talk about Jaff's new video. Jaff is one of my buddies who just sold his account, or not sold his account, sold his business. And yeah, you guys are going to see. You guys are going to see. I'm fiending for another product already. Just work on scaling that one. Launching that one, right? How much is brand registry through the IP Accelerator program? $950-ish. Oh no, the price has just increased, so I think it's like $1,050 now. An Amazon manager called me and wants me to review my account. Is that normal? If you just started, yes, that happens. Just don't give anyone access or passwords or anything, but it should just be like why not scale 2 products? You know the answer to that already, my friend. Would you purchase a course or just learn as you go? I had mentors when I started. I didn't have to purchase a course because I had my mentors. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have been able to get to this point by myself. I know other people have been, but I don't know if I would have been able to. User84, thank you so much for the follow. Isn't there too much competition now? There's no such thing, bro. There's literally no such thing. Let's run that back again. There's no such thing. If there's too much competition on Amazon, there's too much competition to do anything. Nobody should ever start a new tech company because there's too many. There's too much competition. There's Apple, there's Microsoft, there's Nvidia. You should never start a tech company. Nobody should ever launch an app. There's too many apps in the world. Nobody should ever start a new business. There's too many businesses in the world. There's too much competition. Nobody should ever open up a new restaurant or a new franchise. There's too much, right? It's not a real thing. If you find ways to differentiate, add value into the market, obviously if you launch garbage, if you launch a garbage restaurant, then no, you're not going to succeed. If you launch a garbage product, then no, you're not going to succeed. But adding value, having great marketing, having a great listing, having a great website, having a great physical location, obviously talking about a bunch of different businesses now. That's what makes a successful business. Anybody who tells you that XYZ is too saturated, is full of garbage, and is really just telling me that they are not confident enough in their skills to launch in that market. I'll just say it how I am, or I'll just say it how it is. I'm not confident that I could go start a construction business. I'm not going to say there's too many construction companies. Just no, it's not my lane. I'll leave it for somebody else. But there's going to be somebody in 2025. While there's somebody who's saying there's too many construction businesses and there's too much competition, I think I can guarantee this, that there will be somebody in 2025 who starts a construction business and goes on to build a multi-million-dollar company. While there are people who say that there's too much competition on Amazon, there will be hundreds of people this year who start an Amazon business and go on to create multi-million-dollar brands and companies. So we'll let the rest think there's too much competition and the winners will win. I'm not, and this isn't me saying that the person who asked this wasn't a winner. He said, you're right. Shout out to that. But I'm just going on a tangent now. Professor, again, thank you so much for the follow. Can I get brand registered through someone else, not Amazon? Yes, you can. How to get ungated. You need an invoice from an official wholesaler or distributor of at least 10 units. Competition is relative. No one perfects anything. There is something that is lacking that you can exploit to your advantage. Exactly. Like a brand registry company. It would be a trademark company, SK. Trademark office, trademark lawyer. Shit, 8 billion humans, life is hella competitive. I wouldn't live life if I had... Okay, chill. I get what you're saying. I almost finished that out loud. But exactly. There's too many people. There's too much competition. It's like, what? You still got to get up, put your boots on every day or your shoes on every day and get to stepping, right? I'm going to start using that. Anybody who says there's too much competition on Amazon, I'm going to say there's too many humans in the world. Does that mean that we shouldn't? No, I guess I can't say that on TikTok. You get the point. I'm doing wholesale now, but I want to do private label soon, but not sure when. Nice. Would you recommend for my first shipment to ship to my house or to Amazon? What do you think of a website that offer product research for Amazon like Helium? What do you mean offers product research, like the product research tools? I would use Helium 10 or Jungle Scout. They're going to be the most accurate. Okay, let's do live product research. That's what we said. Waiting for my store to get verified. What would you recommend doing for now? Start doing product research. Okay, we are going to do the Amazon search method here. YT. Let me share the screen with y'all. I got you right now, Eddie. Let's do some live product research. How big is conversion at 50 reviews? It does make a big difference. Which makes better profit, eBay or Amazon? It depends. Depends. There's different business models on eBay, and there's different products and ways people sell products on eBay. So there's not a definitive answer to that. Way better watching on YT. Yeah, the quality on YT is unmatched. It's 4K quality on YT, and I'm using my front camera on an iPhone. So for TikTok, no doubt it is much better on YT. And it's obviously screen sharing and all of that good stuff. So is it okay to take a loss / no profit on the first shipment of a product to get rep and reviews up? I think that's risky waters, because if you take a loss and you don't know if you can turn a profit, then you're going to take a loss, order more inventory, and then what if you take a loss again? I like to get proof of concept that I can be profitable, or at least have a clear path to profitability. People who take a big loss by heavily discounting your product, how do you know that your product is going to convert well at a higher price? What software do you need to start FBA for beginners? I use Helium 10. When did you start this business? January 1st, 2019. So I've been doing it for 6 years now. Okay, let's do live product research. Oh my gosh, why did the lighting go so terrible? That was like a flashbang right there. Okay. Anyways, live product research. We're going to do the Amazon search method. And to do that, sorry, I was reading the chat. And to do that, we're going to go to Amazon and we're going to search something. Let me clean the front facing camera. And we are going to search something generic like home decor or toys or baby products, something along those lines. We're going to do home decor. We are going to search through here until we find a product that catches our eye. If you guys haven't watched any of my product criteria videos or my how to analyze product videos, all of which I have on TikTok and YouTube, I would highly recommend watching those. YouTube, say what up to TikTok. TikTok, say what up to YouTube. because there would be some products that I just know I'm not going to launch, like something fragile like that, or something with 8K reviews like this, or some like super low price items, electronic products. Not even going to touch those. So you can save yourself a lot of time. Electronic products, I already said that, right? Yeah, electronic products, all that good stuff. Now, we're going to search. Let's move this. We're going to search for something that catches our eye. If you don't find something on page 1, newsflash for everybody, it's okay. There's like 50 pages on Amazon, so you can keep looking. And especially because, some saturated products are going to be on page 1. You might find some diamonds in the rough, but for the most part, I'm going past page 1 because like we see here, all of these don't necessarily meet any of the criteria that I just mentioned, or in fact, same thing, I'm not going to launch anything like trademarked or branded. So let's go through here. This is the boring part where you look for something that catches your eye. This looks interesting. Fake vines. So we now have identified a product that caught our eye. Fake vines. So what's the next step? We now want to go onto our Amazon search bar, and we are going to search for the main keyword of that product. Luke, how do you know what the main keyword is? Well, you're going to look at the title, and you're going to look at one of the first few words, and you're going to see what the product actually is. I have a product research software, or a keyword research software as well, Helium 10. And so when I search fake vines on Amazon, it's going to show me the search volume for each of the keyword phrases, and I want the one that is most relevant to my product and has the highest search volume. As we see, fake vines, 16K search volume, that is the main keyword. Why? Sharing screen. Okay, so now it brings us to this page right here, all these different products. I can already tell that this product does not meet the criteria. I'll show you guys why in a second, but let's go into it. So we're going to pull up our product research software. I use Helium 10's X-ray extension. It's a Google Chrome software that usually doesn't take this long to load, but when I'm doing stuff like this, it likes to take a long time. So we're going to wait for it to load so that we can start analyzing the data. There we go. We're going to click on our X-ray tool. This is also going to take a long time to load just because I'm, of course, live. Oh, there we go. And now it's going to show us all the data for all the products on page 1 for the keyword fake finds. We see average reviews, average price, average revenue, total revenue, and search volume. It should take you guys no more than 1 to 3 minutes to analyze a product. I have videos on my product criteria just to prove a point. The average review is 5,000. That's too high. Average price, $15. That's too low. This product would be X'd out from my product criteria. So what would I do? I would go back to our original page where I typed in home decor, and I would rinse and repeat the process. Just because that fake wasn't good doesn't mean you should be discouraged. Look what I just did. I've been doing this for years, and the first product that I just looked at, I didn't meet the criteria. So don't think that, I'm going to look at my first 2 products. They better be hits. You might run through 30 products that don't meet the product criteria, but you saw how fast I just did this. And that was with me explaining it. So if you're able to, at max, spend 1 to 3 minutes on a product, somewhat decent products are the ones that are going to take you the longest to see whether they're good or not. I can actually show you guys an example of that in a second. But if it's taking you max 3 minutes, 10 products takes you 30 minutes. Or if it's taking you like a minute, 10 products takes you 10 minutes to analyze. So don't be discouraged. Product research is a numbers game. Let me show you what I mean, where it'll take you a little longer for a product that has better numbers. This is cheating because I've looked at thousands of products. So this one, although it's an electronic product, let's look at this one. So candle warmer lamp. Remember how I said you're going to look at the main or the title to identify the main keyword. Let me switch this over. So we're going to go candle. Oops, candle. Sorry, I'm holding the phone too. Warmer. And then look, it's going to show up our list. Look at that. Candle warmer lamp, top of the list. Most search volume, relevant to our product. We're going to go ahead and click on that. YT, I'm going to share this. Okay, we're just checking on YT, make sure they're good. They are. Okay, So we have candle warmer lamp. We're going to do the same thing. Hold on. Stopwatch, reset. Ready for this? This is with me explaining. And this is going to be with Helium 10 lagging for me because I'm doing the most, have all these tabs open, and I'm live and I'm screen sharing. So watch it be under 3 minutes, and it's probably going to take a minute for Helium 10 to pop up right now. Let's close some of these tabs, actually. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. So we're going to wait for it to load. Let's see if my cockiness is going to bite me in the butt because Helium just wants to take forever. There we go. Let me click on you. Watch it be under. Oh, my phone's at 1%. Hold on. Screen just went dark. Hold on. I have my other charger here, though. We came prepared. Okay, hold on. Yep, it was at 1%. Okay, with the phone almost dying and Helium 10 taking forever, watch this be under 3 minutes still. So, boom, 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 boom. So we see average reviews all is 906, which is actually higher than I would like. Let's make sure that the products are relevant. So we see that this is actually not a candle lamp warmer. That's just a candle warmer. So let's remove this to get some true data here. And we see that the average review is 709. I look for a product that's under or around 500 average reviews. 700 is still a good range in my opinion. Average price is $29. That would actually also disqualify this product for me because I would want a product that's at least $30. But just for the sake of me showing you guys a product that has good numbers, why it'll take a little bit longer, let's pretend that was 30. Okay, cool. Average revenue, 90K. Solid because I want a product that has the potential to make at least 10K a month. Total revenue, 4.2 million, which is good because I want it to be at least 200K. And then we have our search volume. We see that it has a big spike here during Q4, but kind of makes sense for this product. And search volume throughout the year at 100,000+ is still really solid. I want something that's at least 2K. Products like this, you're going to see a spike during Q4, so that's all right. Now we want to check how low reviewed sellers in the market are performing. Why? Because although the whole market matters, it doesn't necessarily just matter how the top seller is performing. It also matters how low reviewed sellers in the market are performing. Why? Because it's a better indicator of how you, a low reviewed seller, will perform. Okay, so we set our filters, and now we're going to organize it by parent level revenue by having the arrow facing down. And if 20% of low reviewed sellers, 20%, you would count it up, boom, 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 made at least 10K plus a month, that is where the product would be good. Ooh, look at that, son. I didn't stop it. I tried to lap it. 259. 259. That was with the internet or whatever, Helium 10 being slow. That was with the phone almost dying, and we had that delay. So when I say you guys should be quick analyzing products, and that's, by the way, how you do product research, and you would rinse and repeat that process. That product, the numbers were not too bad. Issue with that product is it's both electronic and fragile, two things that do not meet the criteria. Woo! Thank you, bro. I sold 50K in my first 6 months, only in Canada. I think it is time for me to start in USA. Let's go, Eddie. Amazing, brother. God bless you. Bro, talk about variations. As a Canadian, how can we start selling on USA? Just list your products on the USA market, bro. And what do you mean by variations? Let's get it, everybody. Ooh, I'm starving. I'm going to order some sushi. I'd like to go start with you, buddy. Let's go, Professor. If you guys like the videos, like the lives, and you want a more in-depth guide and want to have me as your personal mentor, I am not ending the live, but be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. It's actually been a while since I showed this. Let's show it. Hold on. Let's screen share again. We got some energy today, son. Yes, as an Australian, you can list in the US market. Amazon allows over 130 countries in the world to sell in the US market. So, everybody, if you guys want to have me as your personal mentor and the most in-depth guide, the Harvard of Amazon FBA private label education, be sure to come to the TikTok bio. And you guys are going to be able to apply to the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program. If you guys wanted to read what's included, what you'll learn, that's all there as well. But you'll be able to apply right here. It's a very, very straightforward and quick application process. I'm actually not going to go through it myself because last time I did that, I doxed my phone number and email on YouTube Live. So we're not going to do that, but it takes about 60 seconds to go through this application process. And then from there, you will be if you qualify for the program, because we do turn down a majority of people who apply. If you guys qualify for the program, then you will be prompted to book a call with my team. Luke, what are your thoughts on seasonal products? That's a no-go for me. There's over 300 students in the mentorship program. How do you feel about section? Stop, bro. Stop. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. Not going to talk about it. All right, y'all. Also, I posted some gem videos on the TikTok. I don't know if did we talk about it? We did. But last video that I posted, how one product on Amazon pays for all of my bills in beautiful, sunny Southern California. Second to last video, AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Student Win. And third to last video, how I would optimize a product listing. How do you find time for 300 students? Through Christ, all things are possible, my brother. No, but for real, well, not for real, that's facts. But it's a program where you're going to have video guides and all of these things. I'm not sitting down and like getting on a Zoom call with 300 students every single day and teaching you a lesson. It's structured in a way where it's very manageable for me. How often do you go live? Every day, every weekday. It's Monday through Friday, sometimes a Saturday, almost never a Sunday, but occasionally. Sunday's my live day off. But on that note, everybody, if you guys, like I said, like the lives, like the videos, like the content, are ready to take your Amazon game to the next level and want to have me as your personal mentor, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed night and a great rest of your week, even though I'll see y'all, God willing, tomorrow. Thank you for the support, and I will see y'all soon.